Hey guys, let's start our March Dev Recap. Please welcome, nice to see everyone around here. Just a reminder, the idea of this call is to present the development that our team did in the past month. And today we will try something a little bit different. We will have a first part of our call dedicated to the core developments on our SDK, on convenience and tooling, on Sonodo, on Lambada, and then we will have a second part where we will have a time more dedicated to applications. So I think it's important for us to have an idea of the features that are coming, but also a second part illustrating, showing concrete use case, concrete dApps being developed with Cartesi to inspire, to bring new ideas. So let's see what happens, and I'm very excited to this call. So let's start. Some units will not present today because we are all focused on Rollups V2, and some of the development is still being designed. Others are in early stage of development, so we don't have some consolidated work to be presented, but other units will fill the gap. And let's go. Who can start? Right, okay. So Danilo, can you start with the projects that you're taking a look?
Yeah, sure. Good morning, everyone.
Great.
Let me share my screen. So I'll just give a few updates of the Sonodo unit this morning. At least morning for me, maybe not for everyone, but Sonodo, we released version 0.11 last week or a couple weeks ago. 0.11 brings the Rollups nodes version 1.3, and it also includes Sonodo deployment for self-hosting. That's very important for anyone who wants to deploy their applications to a testnet or even mainnet. And in case they want to run their own nodes, there is a web application available at sonodo.io/deploy. There is also documentation available at this link here. So please give a try. If you have any questions, you can drop a message in the Sonodo channel at Discord. And in terms of work in progress, we are about to release 0.12. It will be probably released this week. It brings Rollups Node 1.4 and also a change in the emulator SDK to version 0.17. And after that, we'll move to 0.13. It will be a Cartesi CLI instead of Sonodo CLI. So that will be the last version under the Sonodo naming. After that, it will be a Cartesi CLI. Users will need to uninstall Sonodo and install the Cartesi CLI instead. But all the commands will be the same. So you do Cartesi create, Cartesi build, Cartesi run, and so on. So that's what I had for today.
Hey, Danilo. Karsten?
I'm on a new connection, so if you can't see my screen, please let me know.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so this will be fairly quick, but one of the features we have been working on is in the Lambada side, hoping to be able to subscribe to basically getting your Cartesi machine gets activated with your particular dApp. For example, every single EVM block, for example, is very useful for something like the Verifido product, and also something where you can point to a particular address in Ethereum and it basically will then take, let's say, the input data that are part of the transaction when it's being sent to a particular address, which is kind of like something like how, for example, that Optimism also is doing this way. They have a particular address they're sending to. There's no smart contracts involved. And then also, basically, as you get kind of like per block, you also get informed about what is the current let's say, Ethereum block hash, and you can get access to all the stuff around, like the transactions, the receipts, and so on. We spend a bit of time to kind of like try and see how it's like from point of view of user experience when you're having a Celestia experience where basically you are using TIA as in the token directly, and when you're trying to send data straight to a chain yourself instead of, let's say, using a particular sequence or something like that. And we basically found that the user experience for actually using it is pretty bad and kind of like confuses users. So we are now starting to kind of like focus more on, let's say, using Celestia within the context of having a sequence that processes itself to Celestia. Additionally, we have been playing with kind of like spawn join kind of like primitives inside the Lambda supervisor in this particular case, where we are looking at that, let's say you have a Cartesi machine, you're starting doing something, and you basically spawn out, let's say, parallel, but not shared memory, just for good measure, Cartesi machines, and then joining the result of those Cartesi machines in when you're done running. It's just something we're kind of playing with to kind of see how that would work in terms of developer experience, and might be in the future be useful for some particular different scenarios and so on. We have also started looking a little bit, given the recent discussions about machine stack, about seeing can we make something that is fairly straightforward to implement in Dave and get that working, but more to come about this. Also, additionally, there has been some more movement on the Eigenlayer side, and they put out the whole sky testnet, and we're hoping to be able to deploy quite quickly again to there. Additionally, I have my team, as in my minions, working on updating to machine emulator 0.17, so we kind of catch up, kind of work with more bleeding edge things like the Cartesi machine IO stuff. So also we're getting the benefit of things like having separated log files per computation and so on, and also that will align more with how let's say the kernel works in the later versions of the kernel, and communication between machine and emulator guest in this particular case will work later on. And that's pretty much it for me.
Thank you, Karsten. Just a reminder, as Carmen put in the chat, any questions, feel free to drop during the presentation on the chat. We will collect them, and at the end we can have some discussion, okay? Yeah, people got excited about Karsten's Milton Carlo. That's it. Fábio?
Hello.
Hello.
Everyone listen? Okay, I just recorded my part again, and I will present here. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Today I'm going to show you what we worked this month. This is the Cartesi Store. Cartesi Store is a project to discover missing features and things to improve with the ecosystem of the Cartesi community. And our target is to give you the best development experience with this project. So this project is a clone of the OpenSea. We have here three main folders: the backend, the front end, and the on-chain part. This project is using Cartesify. Cartesify is a framework for you to developing in a REST-like approach. So let me show you. You just need to clone the repository of the Cartesi Store, right? and install the dependencies on the front end folder. This is the front end folder. And to run the front end, you just type npm run dApp. You can use yarn or just npm as well, so no problem at all. Here's the on-chain folder. The on-chain folder is just to fill some data inside the dApp, and to run the backend, you just need to install the dependencies, and you are ready to go. We install Nonodo. So if you are brand new to Cartesi ecosystem, you just need to install Envil before, and then just run npm install, and you have everything that you need to start to developing. And if you know REST, if you know Web2 development, you are ready to go. So let me show you the project. Here's the front end running on the default byte port. Here's the cloned OpenSea. As you can see, here is the trending NFTs. The trending NFTs is fetched from this endpoint here. So it's a common Express. If you are familiar with Express, nothing new for you. It's a common HTTP API, RESTful. So you fetch the data from the trending top NFT. And in the front end, you use something like fetch, the common fetch. It will communicate with the backend of the Cartesi machine, okay? And so let me buy something here. And okay, success. And here the volume changes. I will do it again with this NFT. For okay, $600. So if you change something in the backend will restart automatically. Let me show you the backend restarting. I will put some dummy data here. Dummy data. Hello. Classic. Okay, as you can see here, the backend just restarted, and I will show you the data coming from the backend. Software JSON, of course, JSON. Dummy data. Okay, restarted, and if everything's right, it will give you, yeah, hello world from the front end. Let me edit it again. Hello world from Express backend. Hello world from Express backend. And we are working on a common wallet for you to reuse a wallet. This is the front end for the raw wallet, you know. So let me buy another NFT. So here we have 12 NFTs and 10 collections. And I will buy one more. Here, I will buy this NFT here. Okay, now it will show me 13. Yeah, 13 NFTs. That's all, guys. And with this setup, you have the best development experience working with Cartesi machine. No nodo, no daemon to restart, and RESTful frameworks. That's all, guys. See you next month.
Any questions? Yeah, we integrated with Nonodo and we did some experiments to download the binary through NPM to make it very easy. So
Milton is asking for links in the chat, and let's discuss at the end, because then we have time for see all the questions. Okay.
Okay.
Nice presentation. Okay, so nodes, rollup, and machine will not present today. We already had Sunodo, convenience and tooling, Lambada, and then I think we can enter in the second part of our call, which will be dedicated for products, for the apps, for make it more concrete for everyone, things that can be done with our tech. So I would like to start with Zach, bringing some news about the Boba Wars. Zach, are you there?
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
Howdy, can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Perfect. So quick news about Bubble Wars. Bubble Wars is having a playtest in 4 days on this Friday. So if you want to check out Bubble Wars and you want to play it live, feel free to join us on Friday and play it all with the team. We're going to be joining our Discord call for roughly an hour. So whenever you play Bubble Wars, you'll be able to play with everybody else live all at the same time. I think that's it.
Okay. If you can put links for the playtest in the chat, it will be also good.
Sure thing. I'll do it right now.
Hey. Great. So let's bring dApp to the stage. Who will be the communicator? Oh, Marcos.
Hello, guys.
Hello, Marcos. Welcome.
Thanks. For the developer advocacy team, so we will bring in some notable projects that appeared in the Rollup with Cartesi hackathon, and some projects that are going on an undergoing building stage in the DevApp seed grants as well. So I hope this serves as some inspiration for developers and seeing what is being built and what is going on the ecosystem as in this sense of building dApps using Cartesi. So next one, please, João.
Okay.
And the next one. So yeah.
All right.
So the first one is the Cartesi Cache. It is the winner of the Rollup with Cartesi hackathon. So it's a pretty interesting project that is about taking Zcash protocol and make it a rollup using the Cartesi Rollups and Cartesi machine. So in this figure here, it's detailed all the components of this rollup itself. The bare essentials of the tiny cache, starting with the tiny cache layer there. The bare essentials of that is to make sure that the chain is valid. This includes verifying the proofs and transactions. And this tiny cache thing is surrounded by the Cartesi cache layer that deals with deposits requests and transactions requests, and also deals with the coins burnt in this rollups. That is, these coins burnt are sent to a special address. So this project managed to win the rollup with Cartesi hackathon. It's a pretty interesting one. There's a lot of more stuff I can just tell in a short time, but it's an interesting one to be checking out on the Discord Spotlight channel. It is already there. And recently, also, this project managed to go to the another level and going to has a dev at seed grant project. So we can expect updates on this since this the current state is still the hackathon state. So yeah, this is the first one of this presentation. Go next, João. Thank you. So the one of the runner-ups for the Cartesi hackathon is the Ultimate Football. That is pretty much similar to the Football Manager or Brassfoot or Elefoot, where you can actually build a team to run a simulation of this team playing a game, a soccer game against other players or against the computer. So what it does using Cartesi, of course, it has the verifiable game logics there for all the game models. It has a versus mode and a one-player mode, and everything is inside the Cartesi machine, inside the Cartesi Rollups. Also, the simulations of the games is also there. Like when you set a team, like you have to select your players and start a game match. So the simulation is also inside Cartesi machine. And of course, tokenomics is being handled by the Cartesi Rollups. So this game is very, very catchy and very, very interesting the way they did the use of the Cartesi Rollups and Cartesi machine. So, and is like, if any one of you guys already played one of these basement games, that is the Football Manager and so on and so forth, this is a very, very nice experience to have like playing. So let's go for the demo then. It's a very short one, and you have to, in this video you're gonna see that the user already selected the players. These players will be used in the match against the computer in this case. So when the user starts the match, and it will start the simulation inside Cartesi machine, and then we have this feedback in the front end as well. So it passes the time of the match, and depending on the result, we receive a feedback on the front end as well. So this is the second project there, and the third one is Owari. It's Brassfoot on chain. Okay, but Owari is a classic game on the Africa countries, especially in Ghana, I guess. Michael, if you're there, correct me if I'm wrong. But the idea behind this project was using a very robust AI agent. So, and of course, the game logic and managing the game state for inside the Cartesi machine. But the interesting part on this is the AI agent. So the AI agent there uses the deep learning and with Keras. And if you guys are into this kind of machine learning stuff, this is very interesting approaches for deep learning, and also the way he did and the algorithms he implemented there, like using ReLU, using some techniques that are very complex in a sense of deep learning itself. So it uses everything to create this agent. So you shall have a very hard time to beat this game actually. So let's go for the demo then. It is exactly what I said. The player has his turn, and I don't know how to play this game, guys. Sorry, sorry to disappoint here, but it's about taking these houses, and in the AI agent turn, it plays against you. So you have to control all the states, and yeah, and it also shows in some time in this demo itself. What is the agent doing there? Like selecting the best techniques to use against you. So and it's everything AI selected. The AI decides everything around what it should do to fight you. So good luck in beating this AI. So lastly, for the hackathon projects, we have the Cartesi kit, that is an all-in-one CLI tool. So it is designed to streamline the process of setting up new projects for Cartesi Rollups. It was on the dev tooling track. We had 2 tracks in the hackathon. So this tool here integrates Cartesi Rollups, Sonodo, Cartesify, and do some project scaffolding, and a lot of templates are available there to be customized. And this is very a very nice tool for developers to be using to ease the process of development. So it also has a CLI tool integration. Everything you do like in the very similar way that Sonodo does, but with more features and more options behind it. So it has templates for a lot of languages. Let me just remember that, but also have some templates for not only for front end but for back end. I mean, in a sense of full stack development. So this tooling here eases the process for the developers. So that is it for the projects that we highlighted for the hackathon. But let's have a look in what is being built in the DevEd seed grants here. The JS Cartesi SDK, this project aims to simplify the implementation on the front end. When we have to deal with the front end, there are some tricky tasks there, like deal with parameters and parameters conversion, payload processing, and send and receiving protocols. So this JS library is doing an amazing stuff to simplify this. So it's about lowering the barrier for new developers in different levels of experience. Pips, it's a social media platform that's bringing the fusion of microblogging and the elements of the blockchain DeFi. This one is started. It already have some updates in our ecosystem updates channel. So if you're curious to see, just go to the channel as well. We have Block Ticket being developer as well. This is a decentralized ticket platform using blockchain. So, and of course, it will be enable users to create lists and manage the events as well. For the next, we have also another game, another 3 games coming. So, Diplomacy on Cartesi is the very famous and very already known game being built in Cartesi. So it's an old strategy game that's where players compete to conquer Europe. So yeah, there is some samples there in the web too. So we are bringing this to L3 as well, thanks to Cartesi. Nebula Duel is the Nigeria Masterclass Champions, the project that highlighted the most what we can do to use Cartesi Rollups there. So it borns in the Nigeria Masterclass. It manages to go to the DAV seed grants as well, improving polishing the features it has and adding more what we saw in the Nigeria Masterclass. And lastly but not least, we have the Grid Peak, that is the interactive dice game suitable for events, like more in a gambling aspect of the things. So I think for DevEd, in the sense of what dApps are being built, that's it. You can always check out the Spotlight channel for more projects that are being built there. There is a lot of more details than what I am able to speak here. And that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add to that, from what Marcus said, the projects that are on the DevEd grants right now that we highlighted, from the 6 that we talked about here, 4 of them were born in our projects from Nigerian Masterclass students. All right, 2 of them, Nebula Duo and Pix, were the first places that got tied for first place, and the other 2 were not projects conceived in the Masterclass, but they come from students that were there. So they learned enough to start doing other solutions.
Yep.
Great, Marcus, João, and all DevEd team. Nice work, helping developers to come to the ecosystem, to understand our tech, and building nice things. So, Carlo, do you have any news from the Rives work front?
Yes, let me share my screen. Hello, everyone.
Loading.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, quick update here, guys. On the past month, we've been focusing basically on bringing Rives into a point in which we can onboard both communities we need, right? So on one side, we have the developers of games, and on the other side, we have the players. So on backend, we're doing a lot of changes, both to tackle scaling the reading part, and in that way, we have what we're calling the poor man's lambda ongoing, which is pretty much, let's say, a preview of what Cartesi is developing with more patience on the core. And on the writing part, we have a couple of approaches that we're developing, but the one we're focusing right now is what we call the inception rollups, which is also work in progress. But it's basically an idea of turning the Rise framework like a database, let's say, and having all the validation and other stuff done in separate rollups, right? We are also working really hard on the developer side, so we're trying to reduce dependencies, make it easier for you to install the developer environment, creating some conveniences on top of it, creating a version of the environment that has some goodies, so like embedded editors, debugging tooling and stuff like this, and also documenting the SDK so that we can onboard developers on making really cool games on Rives. And as always, we are evolving the convenience layers that we use. So dApp is this higher level framework in Python that Lino is the main developer, and it powers the Rives framework. And also the Cartesi client made from Arthur, which streamlines developing interactions and front end for the Cartesi Rollup. Tomorrow, we have a call here on Discord at 1 p.m. UTC. So anyone that wants can join, and we're going to present these changes, these ideas, and this stuff that we're developing. And it's open for anyone to just discuss, drill down, suggest things, or give any general feedback. Yeah, that's the overall. And please do join our Discord, because we'll soon start doing some events for developers and also for players. So being there is a great way for you to keep tab on what we're doing and also discuss, interact with the team. And that's it, guys.
Okay, Carlo, thank you. So I think we had all the updates from all core units, from the projects that we already have. So now it's time for questions and answers. Back to Fabio's presentation about Cartesi Store. Bruno asked if he understood that it integrates with Nonodo, And he asked how is the integration with Sunode itself for full deployment of this solution, Fabio?
Well, if you develop everything with Nonodo, probably it will work with Sunodo. The developer gained this time to not to recompile everything. And that's it, I believe. And we also tested with Sunodo at the end.
You also tested with Sunodo, so you know that it works.
Yeah.
But any plans to bring Sunodo to this workflow that you presented?
Oh, Sunodo already runs smooth with this workflow, but as you know, you need to install Docker and other stuff, and it's a little bit more complicated to develop with Sunodo, only Sunodo, because when you edit your backend, you need to recompile everything again and again, and it takes time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Other questions? For Marcos, in regards to the OWare demo, the OWare dApp, the old 12 asks about any plans for mainnet, further development. Do you know if OWare will receive submitted for grant or anything like that?
Yeah, we are in contact with every project that we highlighted here to continue the project, and also being funded by seed grants. We have, especially about OWare, we are talking with the main developer, and he will submit for. He's considering to submit for the dev at seed grant soon. So. And yeah, that's it. For all the projects we presented there, most of them we are in contact to make them continue the project. Most of them are already doing so. That's it.
Nice. And just a reminder for everyone, Cartesi has 2 grant programs. One is the seed grants that is organized by the dApp. There is also the grant program from the CGP committee. So anyone that has a nice idea that thinks that is a good fit for Cartesi technology can submit its idea and to be assessed and receive a grant if it makes sense, right? Another question was already answered in the chat. We know about Honeypot, but when do other dApps go live? As Danilo said, that's on each developer. Cartesi proposes grants for the community to develop their dApps, to try to push the dApps as far as they can, but it's on the developer side to move things, okay? But as Andrew said, we see that there are several projects that are targeting to mainnet. So take a look at the Spotlight channel, where you have a lot of dApps that was built on Cartesi. Some are on receiving grants to still continue developing and move to mainnet, right? And the last one that we have here is from Fantasy. How is the development of Lambada going? Is it still planned to be in production in Q2? Well, I don't know about timelines, but Lambada is going on. Happily, Carson is not here to bring more details, but on our Discord, you can send a message and Carson will respond, and any other community member that is involved on that. Okay? Paulo De Marinis, any news about Lambadex? Will it be developed further? Let me check. It seems. Do you want to get that, Felipe? Are you answering that or is another? Okay, another topic. Lobadex was a dApp that raised in the experimentation week event that Cartesi organized, where the core contributors worked trying to build the apps and bring nice ideas to life. But the idea is there, it's open source, so anyone that got the idea and is interested to move things forward and submit a grant for that. I don't know if Diego would like to comment something on that. Diego's here. No, Diego is not here. Yeah, as Alex answered, it was a POC project, no further plans for now. But that's it. If you like the idea, would like to move the project forward, please submit a proposal. And that and the CGP will be eager to receive proposals. Right, guys? Any more question? Milton, you are so quiet today. Any comment?
Well, you didn't invite me before, so I was quiet.
Oh, it was my fault then.
I had one question to Carlo about the idea of using Rails as a coded database with validation happening in a separate rollup. I'm not sure if that is the old idea of dApp sharding, or if you want to elaborate on what you're planning for.
I was going to ask you to repeat the question, please.
Yeah, it was. You were talking about ways of like scaling solutions for Rails, I guess.
Yeah.
And so you were talking about permanent lambda, which I understood, trying to get state, externalize the state, I believe. And then you were talking about this inception rollups idea, where Rails would work as a database of sorts, and validation would happen in either one or multiple separate rollups. I'm not sure. So I was just asking for you you guys to elaborate on what's the idea and what are the steps to get there.
Yeah. So we're presenting this tomorrow along with other things, but the main idea on these inception rollups is that the verification happens outside, and then you have an application level protocol for disputes. So the first version, since the rollups are based on authority, is also going to be authority based. So you have an external claim arriving on the Rails dApp that's signed by the same authority that signs the rollup claims, stating, so this gameplay has this outcome, this score, these achievements, all the stuff that's happening there. And then once we have Dave on Cartesi Rollups, yeah.
Now we stopped hear you, Carlo. Eric's fault.
Me too.
Yes.
Is better now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
Same level, but it's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's on maximum. I don't know why on Discord it's not working well. But
Yeah,
the idea is that once we have Dave, we can both replace the mechanism on the outside rollups, which is the Rise one, and we can change the dispute mechanism on all these inner level rollups, which are independent for each verification of the gameplay. And that's a way to scale. Another one is the one that Eduardo has thought, which is this speculative execution, which is basically like a MapReduce, let's say, of sorts, in which you do all the verifications in parallel, and then you apply the result in a deterministic fashion. So if there's a dispute, this dispute runs as if all the verifications were done in sequence inside a single rollup. But on the practical side, on not having a dispute, you just parallelize all these verifications, and then apply their deltas of results, achievements in a certain order, right? And that's another way that we are thinking of scaling. And then the third one, which is more on the composability side, can be used the stack, the machine stack, or something like this. The idea is having the Rive score, which is only has the verification, and then having these cascades on each functionality, like tournaments or contests or achievements, and they all just handle the core verification for the gameplays that matter to them. So these are the three approaches that we are developing / thinking of.
That's great. Thank you. I would really like some of these very sophisticated approaches, and I think it would really be good if they could show up on the Vision Forum, on the governance website, so that we can discuss further there.
Sure.
Thank you. So
That's it, guys.
I think that's it. Yes, unless Carson or somebody from the Labada team is back. I think those were the only unanswered questions, I believe.
I cannot see Carson here. So that's it, guys. Good to see everyone. See you soon on the next dev recap. Any final words, Milton?
Bye bye.
Bye bye, people.